Consumers, producers, and the efficiency of markets. Let's discuss how markets efficiency maintains. Willingness to pay. A buyer's willingness to pay for a good is the maximum amount the buyer will pay for that good. For suppose I pay 45 rupees to buy 1 kilo of carrot and the other buyer pay a certain amount. The maximum amount a buyer could pay to get the product is the willingness to pay of that buyer. Marginal buyer is the buyer who would leave the market if price were any higher. For example, a market contains three buyers Rahul, Riya, and Ritik. If Rahul pays 45 rupees for the product and Riya pays 50 rupees for the product and Ritik pays 60 rupees for the product, if the price is set 50 and if we increase by any amount more than 50, then the person leaves the market. So he or she becomes the marginal buyer of the market. The height of the D curve reflects the value of the good to the buyers, their willingness to pay for it. Here, the height of the D curve is the height of a D curve plotted between the price and the quantity demanded graph. Consumer surplus. It is the difference between what buyers are willing to pay for a good and what they actually pay. On the graph plotted between the price and the quantity demanded, consumer surplus is the area between the price and the D curve. The height of the S curve is seller's cost of producing the good. Sellers are willing to sell if the price they get it at least as high as their cost. Producer surplus. It is the difference between what sellers receive for a good and the cost of producing it. If I produce a product for 20 rupees and I receive a 30 rupees, then the difference 30 minus 20, 10 rupees is my producer surplus. On the graph plotted between the price and the quantity supplied, producer surplus is the area between the P and the S curve. S refers to the supply curve. To measure of society's well-being, we use total surplus, the sum of consumers and producers' surplus. Efficiency means that the total surplus is maximized, that the goods are produced by seller with the lowest cost, and that they are consumed by the buyers who most value them. Under perfect competition, the market outcome is efficient. Altering it would reduce total surplus. The market equilibrium quantity maximizes total surplus at any other quantity. Can increase the total surplus by moving towards the market equilibrium quantity. Market failure occurs when a buyer or seller has a market power, the ability to affect the market price. For example, there is a single buyer who needs the product which is sold by many sellers, or there is a single seller who sells the product which many buyers or which even a single buyer requests. Then the seller be a price setter which is not good market, so the market fails. Transactions have side effects called externalities that affect bystanders. Example, pollution. Thank you.